Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is LordFameGX and welcome back to the Smite God Reviews. Today's God we will be reviewing is not America, sadly, as we've already done, but it is none other than the God of Music, the God of the Sun. He's Greek, you know him as Artemis's twin brother, is Apollo, God of Music. Now before I start, I'm just going to show you the skins that are available for Apollo. This is his default skin. As you can see there, quite nice, quite nice. His slick shot skin, what is his favor skin. Also quite nice, you know, like the black hair, all that. Of course, his gold skin for mastery. Blue, yeah, kind of alright. The team solo mid skin, what is a exclusive until September 2014. If this video is past September, then well, too bad. I will be purchasing this skin at some point just so I can be like, yeah. Just notice the ass sticks out quite a bit on that skin. Must have been from the female artist. And of course his legendary skin for mastery level 10. Now his overview is, his passive is audience. Basically after every 10 successful basic hits, Apollo gains audience, attacking with both hands and increasing his attack speed by 100% for the next 5 attacks. Hit or miss. Marks. Pretty much you have a standard like 1 gauge pistol, then you switch to fucking door them and just like bam 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 bam. Pretty epic, especially when you build attack speed. So beautiful. He's #1 ability. This is a line ability, affects enemy and damage is physical. Apollo strums his chords on his I'm not gonna say that right, am I? On his whatever music instrument. It's so beautiful it hurts, and all enemies in the long range line takes damage. Damage will federate from 80 to 300 plus 80% of your physical power. Cost is 70 to 90 with a 15 to 11 seconds cooldown. Serenade, whatever, is an area, affects enemies and is a radius of 20. Apollo uses the maiden's voice to... They use really big words, don't they? Pretty much to silence his enemies for any damage done breaks the effect. Yeah, so pretty much it is a silence until enemy gets hit and just be like, whoa, what the hell, man? Lasts for 0.7 to 2.3 seconds. Oh, gives you 10 to 50 protection and it's a buff for 5 seconds. Costs 75 with a cooldown of 17 to 13 seconds. The moves is a line effect with an area at the end. Affects enemies and does physical damage. Apollo slides on these enemies, dealing damage, knocking aside all enemies and additional stacks of audience for enemies hit. At the end of the slide, the movement speed is decreased for the enemies and increases for himself and his allies. Damage 70 to 250. 60% of your physical power, movement and debuff speed, movement speed, buff and debuff speed I mean, is 5 to 25%, buff lasts for 2 seconds. Costs 17 mana and has a cooldown of 15 seconds. And of course your ultimate is across the sky. This is a ground target but affects enemies, does physical damage and a range of 20. I'm going to explain this real quick. Apollo gets in his mighty chariot and flies across the sky. It will cost 10 mana per 60 seconds every time you're in the air. So really, if you just build a mana, you could literally just fly in the air and do that. This is a great lane hopper, a great damage. It does take about 8 seconds to get in the air, so make sure you use it well. Damage ticks. When you're going down, you will be doing tick damage, so pretty much damage over time, rapidly, to 70 to 170 plus 30% of your physical power, costs 110 mana to 90 mana. And wait, no, that's 110 cooldown, 110 to 90 seconds of cooldown. Doesn't actually have a proper mana cost, so yeah. That's it. Of course, you can see he is a ranged physical. His role is a hunter, aka carry, or ADC carry, whatever it is. Throws, high mobility, difficulty easy to done. Base health is 450, base mana 250, plus 77 every level up, plus 40 every level up. Speed is 365, pretty much a day of the year. Range 55, attack, I'm guessing that's meant to be attack speed 0.9, so almost 1. Protection is magical 30, physical 12, HP regen 8, mana regen 4.6. As you can see, my history with him is quite good. There is his lore. Just gonna... there, you can pause the video for that. And of course, worship levels. I'm worship level 5, still try getting mastered. Item build. Now, what you definitely want to do is, if it's a conquest or any of that type, but if it's a, you know, a big loot game, you don't want to start with this. You want to start with this early just because of the base hit restoring 5 health and 1.5 mana. Plus the attack speed and physical power it gives you is good to start off with, but we don't need that. Of course, you want to get boots straight off the bat for movement speed. After that, you want to focus on an SI. The SI gives me physical life speed, it gives me a good heap of attack speed, and my physical pen is plus 15. Your basic, if you drop below 35% health, you gain an additional 25% lifesteal for 5 seconds, can only equate once every 15 seconds. So yeah, so pretty much your lifesteal goes up by 10 if you drop below 35%. Then you either want to start working on a rage, a Alice, or Quincy. Me personally, I start working on the rage so I can get that crit out. Plus the basic is, if your basic damage does not crit, your crit chance increases by 10%, maximum stacks 5. Restarts on crit. What's a great thing. So in reality, if you don't crit at all, your 30% can go to 70% crit chance. Well, it's a great thing. Yes. So next I would build this, in my personal opinion. Then I would focus on getting the attack speed, either Quincy or... Of course, if you are jungling, you definitely want to get the Heart Seeker. That is a great item for this. Or if you want, or if you're losing trouble, you have these defense items here. I don't really have trouble one bit, so I don't even need them really. So I'm gonna go with this just because attack speed plus movement speed. Passive when basic attacks hit the target. The attack movement speed debuff is removed. It's quite good. Then I work on a Deathbringer. If you don't know what Deathbringer is, it's pretty much one of the OP crit items in the game. Plus 50% physical damage, plus 20 crit strike chance. Basic crit damage is increased by 50%. So if you have this, with this, you're getting 100% chance if you miss all your crits. What's really unlikely. And with the basic power up, yeah, you're pretty much one-shotting them. And last item is, normally I would build a malice, but if I really want the, if I find the enemy has too much movement speed, I normally build a frostbound hammer. Gives me more health, gives me some physical power, but enemies hit by your basic attack will be slow for 25 seconds, for 25% slower for 2 seconds. Now Apollo is a really base hit god. You really use your basic too much. Abilities, you don't use it. You mostly use it for finish off or to gear away. But yeah, I mostly build a malice just because it gives me more crit chance. If your basic hit crits deals additional 75% of your total power in physical damage over the next 3 seconds. Additional crit refreshes on effect. Now, the reason why you build this last is because all these items here are power, physical power. So this item will get a massive buff from all these other items. And as you can see, these are the base stats of what it is. Of course, physical items and all that. Your crit strike is 70% plus. It can go to 120% if you miss. What really you won't be at that point. Movement speed there and all that. So this is max level, of course. But yeah, this is pretty much the item I build. For actives, of course, you can either go with Fist of God. I like Teleport to God on a Conquest map type of sort, just because I get into towers until no towers are more, and then I get to Teleport to God. Helps me get to Gold Fury or any of that real quick. Beads, of course, in case you have an Ares or someone's ult is petrifying. Salvation is a must-have in Assault. If you don't build a Salvation on your team and you get the other one, you're kind of being a dick, because this one, yes, you get less mana from it, but you do heal your teammates as well. What's a great thing, because if you can keep your teammates healed and keep that lane pushing, you're doing a good job. Of course, the cooldown is 120 seconds, so be wary on when you use it. Yes, of course, potions and all that, recommended at the start. Later on, you won't need potions just because you'll be doing that much damage. Now, just gonna go into a practice jungle and show you what this item build can do. Of course, I'm gonna choose my gold skin because it's pre-selected and I'm gold, bitches. Like, come on, who doesn't want to walk around in solid gold? You could sell yourself for like a shit ton of money. Because as you can see, these are my conquests. I have so much more, but it only counts conquests. What should be updated. Just gonna go through the fountain here to get max level and show you everything I can do. Level 10. As you can see in the bottom left hand corner, my stats are increasing on their own just because of levels up. So yeah, so straight up build to all these items. I won't build actives as they're not necessary, but yes, let me show you the effects on it on Wildbot at the moment. Of course, you know, players do move and everything, but yes, we'll start with basic damage. 4 hits. 4 hits on basic damage because that is all crit. Start with abilities, silence. Now we'll start with the ult. Oh, and now I have my passive ready. So this is what the passive does. Pretty much straight up. Now recommendations, your 3 can either be used as an engage attack or a run away. Normally if I'm being really hurt on, I use my silence and then I use my 3. Now of course your passive can be farmed on minions and everything. This is how fast you can take out a Gold Fury with just passive, as you can see, already half health, and yeah. Of course, one of Apollo's voices features is, I own this jungle whenever you kill a jungle creep. With Fire Giant, as you can see, it's a bit more hassle, but you can actually outlive it, thanks to lifesteal. Do a 1 ability every now and then. Of course, the lift up is not helpful. But as you can see, about less than half health, but got the Fire Giant buff all on my own. So Fire Giant is soloable. Same with Siege Minion. Recommendation is a damage buff for this. And as you can see how much my health just regens at the bottom there. Because your crit does affect your lifesteal, what I found amazing. So yeah, that is basically Apollo in a nutshell. Of course I will show you the other stuff. So if you were going a jungler, of course I'll have build stacks on this item, of course. So I'm just gonna quickly go to Fury and just grab some stacks of Fury buff. Oh yeah, I need to go to the next one. Then I just go to, hopefully the minions will spawn. Minions have spawned. No, gonna do that. Okay, that's great. Now they have spawned, so thanks for making me waste on all months. So yeah, quickly get 9 stacks, perfectly fine. So of course, you know, this does increase your physical power by quite a bit. Now what it would be great is building this up with a malice. That is a good idea as well. Of course you have to sacrifice an item for this. So if anything, you could sacrifice the Fatalis if you want to go for a destruction build. But now that item is built, I'll show you what the Frostbound Hammer can do. The Queen's Life I don't really need to show you, it's just additional attack speed, what you should have a good amount of. So yeah, of course this slows the enemy down. I can't really show it in this mode because it is practice and the bot doesn't really move that much. So yeah. I'll be right back. I will show you what a Heartseeker and a Malice does together. I just need build stacks. Okay, just a quick last bit at this video is I have a max stat of a Heatseeker and of course I have the Malice. So this is on how much damage you'll be doing. 617 when you crit. I'll do it again. So yeah. Of course Wildbar doesn't have any items, so yeah. As you can see, this bar is pretty damn in the red. Yeah. But it's really not my build, it's more of a jungler's Apollo build if I guess. You know, if you want to go roaming and doing those jungles and all that not. Yeah. But Smite is a free-to-play MOBA. If you want to play, there will be a link in the description with a referral code and all that. If you refer to me, that would be great because it helps me get stuff, it helps you get stuff as well. Yeah, you get stuff. And yeah. So if you're interested in Smite, please click the link. There's a link in the description below. Of course, Neat Gaming also has a link for an application form. We are a stream group. We are currently still looking for more members and we would love to make our family grow bigger. But till next time, this has been the Smite God with you on Apollo, God of Music.